living in the same routine, like the seasons I'm on repeat. It's a long way down. Trying not to follow suit. Don't like the color, I'll change the shade of it. I'm not afraid of it. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it. Fast forward a year or two, friends have changed, but so can you. So can you. For too long about the mistakes, while I resent, I learned to hate. Forgot your names. Fear the struggle to follow on. Need to focus to prove you're wrong. I'm not wrong. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. I know I'm holding on to this, holding on. Don't let me repeat it. Don't let me repeat it.
Leave me here, you were never good enough. Won't change a thing now, there was never trust. Don't you say a word, cause I've heard it all. You were just a pain when you felt it all. Oh. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, I ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, give my all to you. leave me, it's over. No turning back, not today. Don't you come running back now. I'm not a home for the shame. Something tells me that I won't miss it. It's the first time that we can't fix it. It's irreversible damage done. The thrill is gone. Ooh, baby, there ain't no one like you. You chose to keep the truth inside. Ooh, baby, gave my all to you. All you did was tell me lies.
seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Come my way this season. The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, like an never fading whisper in the breeze. Oh, we will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing. Just like another season. Don't want another day without you by my side. Oh, this season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time. Just like another season. Just like another season. Drink, think deeply as I sink. Finally, someplace I found peace in the dark of night. Tabletops counting hours in the early hours. Stone cold inside. Banging drops, dancers, never needing answers. We wander all alone, but we can't find the street lights go. We wander all alone, but we can't deny we are the street light people. Pills, thrills, chasing whatever kills. For so long, I forgot how it feels in the dark of night. Tabletops counting hours in the early hours. Stone cold inside. Banging drops, dancers, never needing answers. We wander all alone, but we can't find the street lights go. We wander all alone, but we can't deny we are the street light people. Street light people.
Honestly, there's not been a lot to sleep for here so far. This has been an incredible tournament so far. Oh my goodness, I just blew out the microphone. I'm so sorry, everybody. Welcome back to the Challengers Division. This is the Grand Finals sponsored by New Age Gaming. I'm Sporty FC. Joining me is Aiko Wusky, and we've got our Grand Finals ready to go. It is the Nobu Specials with a Game 7 upset victory over Swordfish Vortex taking on Stryker XLR8. And Aiko Wusky, we've been waiting, we've been watching, and now we get to watch the Grand Finals. We get to see who will be champions of Season 3.
And I am very excited to see what is going to happen here in this series. We were watching over on Taser. Shout out to Taser as well for casting that match. It was a lot of fun to watch. And watching Nobus and Swordfish play in that series, it was a lot of fun. Both teams were like trading blows back and forth. It was a lot of entertaining games. And now we get to come here to this Grand Finals to watch Nobus again, but this time they are taking on Stryker XLR8 for the Grand Finals.
Yeah, and so often I would talk about who's the favorites, who isn't, but there really are no favorites anymore. It's the Grand Finals. That's it. It doesn't. The favorite here is Stryker. They are considered the favorites, but they didn't have a warm-up match. They didn't have their semifinals, meaning that without a semifinal, without something something to kind of warm up on, they've been waiting over an hour for this match. Nobu Specials just came off of a Game 7 win. I feel like there's fatigue here on different levels. There's fatigue for Stryker, who haven't played yet today, and there's fatigue for Nobus, who have already had to go to a very long series and are immediately going into another one without a break.
Yeah, and it's going to play for both. I mean, like, it really is going to come down to, like, is Nobus going to be able to, like, continue to pull out and, like, have all this pressure against them, and then like is XLR8, are they gonna be able to like come out hot and like find that pressure that, and like are they gonna panic? Like, oh my gosh, hello, is Nobus gonna panic, or are they just gonna be able to control? Because like they had a dominant performance against a team who was undefeated. As a little side note, they took down the undefeated team and now are going to be playing against a team who is favored, but they have the warm-up. They had the Game 7, and it's really just going to come down to who's going to perform the best.
Yeah, as you said as well, it's really going to be coming down to who's going to perform, as they said. But you mentioned one thing, is how nervous are these teams. This Nobu side is not a team that generally gets nervous very often. You have to really work to make this team nervous. I mean, this is a team that is synonymous with defense and with demos, and it's very simple. There's a reason why Dubsy Hits has named the Demo Award after himself. There's a reason that he is named after that the Demo Award. He's such a good player at it, and he's a relatively recent addition, Dubsy Hits, to this Nobu team. If you consider recent being within like the last couple of months for this Nobu roster. This is a team that doesn't make a lot of changes, and yet they added in him, and he has added in a new demo offensive style to the Nobu Specials that's kept them relevant. This is a team that in the past used to be known to kind of just to be that defensive team. They would stay back, they would wait until they could counterattack and take a few shots. Now they're a team that can play demos, that can play aggressive. It's revived a team whose playstyle was feeling like it was going out of style. And for the Nobu Specials, who, again, I happen to know a pretty good amount about, is a team that generally doesn't get nervous either. They've been around for such a long time. The only question, though, obviously, as you mentioned, is that defensive style. It is one that teams can beat. It is one that, while it is strong, has its weakness in that if you play consistent offense and consistent aggression, even their defense, which is, I consider one of the best at this level, will falter.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, no matter who you are, will get to you at some point. At some point, there is going to be a breaking point in your defense, and the offense, they'll just be able to put that ball in the net. But it's also going to be with the bumps and demos. Are they going to be able to use those to their advantage and be able to find opportunities with the bumps and demos? And how quickly is Stryker XLR8 going to be able to... Are they going to get fatigued from it? Is it going to bother them and mess them up mentally, or are they going to be able to counter it and actually use it in their favor?
Yeah, as you said, I mean, they did just come off of a Game 7 victory, so they have a lot that, of momentum on their side. But, on the other side for Stryker XLR8, I mean, this is a team that only lost once this season for a reason. A 4-1 record, a plus 11 game differential. Compare that to the plus 6 of Nobu Specials. This is a Stryker XLR8 team that when they win, they don't just win, they win in quite strong fashion. This is a team that is able to not only, again, to not just take matches and to run away with them. And, I don't think that's ever going to happen that easily in a playoff bracket. That's a huge thing that they can use early on. Put that pressure on the Nobu Specials, really make them think, and allow this team that usually plays so comfortably to feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's what Stryker XLR8 have to do. They have to make a team that's comfortable, uncomfortable, and the way that works is to really come out strong in Game 1 and to prove that they themselves have their own offense. And so for Stryker XLR8, this is going to be a series that tests their offense, and if their offense is willing to take on a team and not get frustrated and really, play patiently, wait for their chances, and then strike when they need to.
Of course. And see, now we have Stryker XLR8 in here. They already got in pretty quickly. And waiting for the no boost specialist as of right now.
Yeah. As you said as well, it's gonna be again amazing to see here between both of these sides. As again we are waiting on both of them to join on in. But again we wait on that. I mean, this is a grand final. This is a position that so few people ever get their chances to step foot in, and I mean for both these sides. The pressure is definitely there, but while we're at this, we might as well again shout out once again our sponsors in New Age Gaming. So again, thank you to them for sponsoring the Challenger Division here tonight. So again, it's going to be amazing here. But again, while we're waiting that, Aiko, before we get into this series as well, before we get into this grand finals, our last match of the evening. I feel like we should have a little recap of what's happened already today. There's been a lot of people who might just be tuning in. What have people missed so far? Because it's been a long stream.
So we had the Challenger League 2v2, Challenger 2v2 semifinals and grand finals. Eventually, who was it again? I already forget. It was Latin 7 Teal taking out that grand finals in a game 7, very intense series. And then now in this one, we have, who is it again? I'm forgetting a lot of things.
It's been a long day for you, Aiko, hasn't it? You've been here for a couple hours. You're given a free pass. It's Stryker XLR8 versus Nobu Specials. You get a free pass here. It's been a long day for you. I've only been here for this final match. So, again, we'll get this match started in a moment here. We are waiting on the Nobu Specials to join, but once we get confirmation, we'll get things underway. But I think another thing that people should notice, not only is it there's more championships going on, but Season 4 will be live starting in February. So again, signups are open for 18... That's the wrong league. That's my league. For RS Season 4 here. Royalty Series Season 4, signups are open. I'm so sorry, Outlaw's our producer. I'm so sorry, Outlaw, for saying my league first. I did not mean that. But we are going into Royalty Series Season 4. Signups are open. Show on up here to this. To the Royalty Series, because I promise you, it is as good as it gets here. If you want to compete, you can. Divisions ranging all the way from Champ 1 all the way up to Grand Champion 3. So join on in to the Royalty Series and compete amongst the best of your rank tier in North America, Europe, whatever it is. This league serves all. But while we're getting into that, Nobu Specials have joined in here, Aiko Wusky. We've got a match to go to. We've got a grand finals and a champion to crown. Stryker XLR8 and the Nobu Specials, and every team hopes to and dreams to be at this moment to go to the grand finals. Now they are here. Now they compete. It is one series, one best of 7, and one champion. One team to be immortalized on the plaque of the Royalty Series amongst the names that will be remembered forever.
As we get ready to get these two teams in here, we have Team XLR8 again, and then Nobu Specials. Nobu Specials just coming off that big win, upsetting the #1 team. We are waiting for both these teams to join in.
Seems like we might be having some tech issues. This is some good timing. We might be having some tech issues. We'll get everybody back in here. Here they are. Everybody is in, and we've got our best of 7. just giving us what I would literally call a pregnant pause there, as we're going to start our series, and the tech issues still persist, it seems. So we might, we'll see what's happening here, but I think these teams are ready to go. There we go, a bit of a false start, but we're ready to get things underway, and almost immediately the Nobu Specials score first, and the grand finals will start in their favor. A best-of-7 series, and it's Nobu Specials team who, again, just came off of a Game 7 victory against Swordfish. Well, this is a great start. That momentum continues here.
Like the momentum does continue, but momentum can always change no matter what happens. Anything is possible in these series, and we always have to look out for those momentums. Players wanting to find momentum for themselves, wanting to find momentum for their team to continue on into a series. And Nobu's starting with some momentum, but also this one's going back to the orange net, but Dubs makes a huge save, putting this into the corner. The Plague trying to clear this out, wanting to get this away from their net now. And this one kind of just awkward in the corner. Trickster, oh, this one's going into the midfield. Could be dangerous, but Stan is getting easy save. This one back out to the midfield. Trickster gets into the corner, wanting to find some pass to the midfield. Plague is there. It's going to be blocked. Going back to Sand. And so far, Swarty, these two teams have been going back and forth, but Nobu's having a 1-goal lead. Do you think this lead's gonna hold on for any longer, or do they need to like make any changes quickly?
For most teams, a 1-goal lead is usually a danger sign. It's usually not a good thing, but a reminder, this is a team that has a defense, that is known for defense. They can definitely hold and add on to it, as Plague Docky having to get back to that one. And I think one thing to notice on, if you are watching for these teams, look at the Nobu Specials, look at those rotations. This is a team that's all about those rotations, following each other up, being in the right place at the right time. And anytime one of these players gets that hit touch on the ball, they've got a teammate there to support them. They've got someone behind them who will be there for the clear. Anytime Stryker XLR8's getting to this ball, this Nobu Special side is in the position to block them. This is a team that is built on rotation, is built on, you know, chemistry. This is probably about just how you want it to be. As play, this one shot wide, flying Narwhal had the opportunity there to increase the lead to 2, but for the Nobu Specials, knocking on the front door, have still not hit the target for a second time.
I do think that you might want to get a little more of a comfortable lead, being in the grand finals or any series at all. You want to get that second goal. You want to have a little more leeway, because you can have a 1-goal lead for an entire series, but it will be just as dangerous because any goal is going to give them a tie game, and you will have to fight again. But this shot on target, coming off the post, Dub now wanting to clear this ball. Satanic just a little no boost, gets bumped off actually.
That was
a shot on target. This one
oh, that was close.
The other way. That one being saved. Trickster now going to trying to look for a pass midfield. Flying Normal is able to get this one away. Pasca going to try to follow it with full boost. Hammock is going to clear it away. Plague looking maybe for a double touch, but not able to get it. And Plague is going to turn into this one. Flying Normal though. Going to be able to get a little touch away. A little bit panic. Looks like from top. Oh my goodness, that one's just going to go in. Flying Normal just going to hit that one down the field, and it's just going to float right in.
And all of a sudden, it feels like this game has gotten a lot more frenetic, a lot more energized by this point. It feels like everybody just needed a little bit of time to kind of meet and greet each other. And now that they know each other, they're starting just to throw things in. And the Nobu Specials with a second goal in Game 1, a 2-0 lead. As the pressure really is building here for Stryker XLR8 coming this one. We mentioned they need to start off with that momentum, with the offense, and so far it has not been a good sign. 3 shots here so far, make that 4 with that chance. Trickster now, number 5, that's going to hit back post, and Stryker XLR8 needed the time, but will find their chance, and it is Trickster who self-passes to self-scoring and cutting that lead in half.
Just like that, this game's already back to another only a 1-goal difference, and it's only a minute and a half left to play. Stryker XLR8 have plenty of time. They could march down this field to get another goal, put this series, this game to be tied, but instead it's going to be Pasca getting a breakaway shot. Pasca is going to give the Nobu Specials a 2-goal lead now, and instead of it becoming tied, Pasca trying to get this game 1 out of the way, wanting to keep the nerves off of their back.
You know, Santamic there, who was expecting his teammate to get that touch. Stryker XLR8 pushing up a bit too far for a whiff that just could not afford to happen. And for the no-boost specials now, the pressure and the game is definitely within their control. Off the back wall. This one pinched away. Trickster, he's got an open net, but that shot's gonna go wide right. And the no-boost specials will recover. A 2-goal lead here for the no-boost specials, the 5th seed in this bracket. And yet they're here in the grand finals, taking on the 2nd seed of this tournament. They've already proven a lot of people wrong so far, and they look to prove even more here in the grand finals. Dupsy hits, he's got space, one-on-one, flip reset, stopped by Plagdaki, and now it's Trickster leaving it away, one-on-one the other way, Plagdaki, stopped by Puskas and Tamik, unable to find the shots, and the no-boost specials will go downfield, will get that offense back in their control, and as this ball is being pinged across the field, time is running out, and the no-boost specials will be favored with this.
They will. And Accelerate, they need to do something here quickly if they want to get back to this game. If not, they would like to try to find something a little bit on the offensive side just to get some momentum going into game 2. Dash shot putting on target, flaying Narwhal. He's going to put in goal number 4 for the no-boost specials. Securing their game 1 victory. Starting off strong here in game 1. Like we said before earlier in the stream, getting that first game win, always going to feel great, but you don't want to overextend going into game 2. No matter how big of a lead that you have, always going to want to find that middle ground where you're being aggressive, but also not too aggressive. And
yeah, it just feels like, you know, so far that the Stryker Accelerate side hasn't really warmed up yet, hasn't really brought the offense in, and maybe that's copium. maybe there's a little bit of copium in that, but it doesn't really feel like they've warmed up yet in this series. That's no-boost side shut them down, and as I said earlier, the key to success here for Stryker Accelerate, it's not just, you know, scoring, it's getting offense and it's maintaining pressure. They didn't do that this game. They didn't really have pressure to begin with, and without that pressure, without that control of the field, they're gonna have a very tough time winning against anybody, even less so against a team like the no-boost specials, who are so good at following up any touch anybody makes.
yeah, and I mean, it feels like you were saying before, Accelerate, they just aren't quite here. Maybe that lack of a warm-up but seems to be getting to them just a little bit. And no boost, they've already had their warm-up. They already had their 7-game series. And they're feeling warm. They're ready to go. They're ready to just get this series over with. They want to continue to win like they just did in this game.
As you said, a 4-1 scoreline, though, very good for the start of the grand finals here. The no-boost specials now are 1 game closer to being Challenger Division champions here in this Challenger 3v2 division of World Series Season 3, sponsored by the New Age Gaming. But we go to game 2, we continue on with this series, and right now, again, the question is when and if Stryker Accelerate will rise to the occasion. They didn't do it in game 1, it just felt like they kind of fell asleep there, weren't really warmed up. Now they have a game. Now they know this no-boost specials team is not one to mess with. This is where they have to make those adjustments. This is where they have to improve. This is really where their offense has to show us what it can be, what it can be made of. Did you see that car? Oh wait, there's Trickster in for goal 1. While I'm over here looking at Dupsy hits his interesting car choice of a Scarab, Stryker Accelerate with a huge start, a whiff off the sidewall 4 seconds in, and already a goal on the board. Oh, so might be having a disconnect here. We'll get Aiko back in, but while we get things sorted out here, no boost specials already down 1 early, and you mentioned again that first game being a huge difference maker. That first goal is a huge difference maker. This is exactly what Stryker Accelerate need to bring. They need to bring, as that offense, an ability to maintain pressure. Now that we have gone through this kind of first seconds, what is going to change, if anything, so far? As cleared back by Plagdaki, Trickster popped up here as Santomic unable to get very far, as will be a demo, but it's going to be no-boost specials possession, although it won't be very easy for them, as here goes Dupsy hits, gets by that defender. This one's going to bounce its way through, and it will hit the back of the net. The no-boost specials sent one to net, and there's been a couple plays where they've just thrown it at the net, but it has worked. The Stryker Accelerate team just isn't consistent enough to stop every chance.
Well, I returned.
1-1 that... Are you okay there, Aiko? Have you connected back? There we go. We lost Aiko. I think somebody here started eating the wires there, but I'm happy you're back here, as while you were gone. It's a 1-1 tied game here, and oh, it's almost 2-1 as well. Another shot on, stopped by Trickster on that goal line, and the Nobu Specials right now are walking through, but they haven't scored on every chance, and that defense, though, out of Stryker XLR8, it's going to be a big deal. If they can't maintain offense, that defense is going to be a different issue, but they're getting removed. A bump there, another bump there. Dubsy hits, leading the charge, and this is what makes him one of the most hated players in the league, because he loves to do this. He loves to go after players, loves to take names, and loves to open that net wide open.
Yeah, and he did exactly just that in that one play there. 2-1 now for the Nobu Specials. Starting off strong in the first game, winning 4-1. Starting off strong, another goal here in this second game. A little unfortunate misflip, but it is going to stay on the orange side. XLR8 are going to try to continue on trying to find some offense. Trickster going to try to find that midfield, but he's going to go straight to Dub. He's going to bang this down the field, going into the corner. A little awkward bounce for Plague. I don't think he was ready for it. Flying normal, though. He was ready for that one. He's going to put that one in. Goal number 3. And as you said, Sporty, they're confident, and they're here to play, and they're here. Stryker XLR8. I don't know what's going on, but it doesn't seem like that they're quite here yet.
Yeah, Stryker XLR8 has not entered the competition yet, but in the past, one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest things that people said that this Nobu Specials team really struggled with, seasons ago, was that they didn't have an offense. And, well, as we are seeing here, they most certainly do have an offense, and it's an offense right now that is tearing up Stryker XLR8. They look for another one here, as it is saved by Plague Docky. Now a clear and a double commit with Santamic. Pasca, a little awkward touch, but Plague Docky is there, but Nobu Specials are just persistent. They're challenging whatever they can, getting wherever they can, getting between the breaks in that rotation of Stryker XLR8. And with a team that is so good at rotating around each other, it's so infuriating, because they're not doing anything that's all that impressive. They're just rotating perfectly. They're in the right position, and they're in the right position, and they're proving that the best teams aren't the ones that can do the flashiest things. It's the teams that can follow each other up, can work together the best.
Working together is one of the biggest things in the 3v3 play mode, and this one's actually bouncing towards the net. Oh, and he doesn't get the touch. Pasca, he's gonna put this one in for goal number 4. But as you were saying before, it was like, you don't need to have all the flashy stuff to work as a team. To be a good team, you just need to work as a team, play together, follow each other's touches, good communication, and it looks like that's what Nobu Specials is really all about, is that they're, as you said, can rotate around each other really well. They have been showing that they can play with each other really well, and it just works out every time. Oh, but that was a little bit of a bump. Oh, but Flying Normal's able to get the save. This one going out into the corner. Normal trying to put this up, but Stantamic is going to put this one into the corner, but Pasca is there. Challenged again by Plague. This one bouncing dangerously. Big demo coming out, but no one there to shoot. Flying Normal's going to now take this down the field. Stop. Dub. Hitting this one up in the air. Gonna go for a demo. But nobody there from Nobu Specials to make anything happen from that demo. And
My
Dub,
goodness.
he's just going for a bunch of demos now. And Dub is gonna even get a shot himself. Getting in goal number 5 for Nobu Specials.
Oh my goodness, Dubsy hits. I mean, we know how good he is at this, but he's on a whole new level tonight, and that is an incredible way. He gets rewarded for all the effort he's putting in. I mean, those demos don't give you a lot of points. And yet, he's got 2 goals and 2 assists. It makes a difference here for Dubsy hits. I mean, there's a reason that this Nobu Specials team has him on their roster and is playing the way that they are with him, because they know what he can do so well. There's a reason the Demo Award is named after him, known as the, there's a reason that it is, and Dubsy hits is that reason. There's no one out here who does, this demo playstyle nearly as dedicated and does it nearly as well as Dubsy hits, and it only makes an infuriating team to beat even more infuriating, because not only is it almost impossible to score against this team, not only is their offense and their rotations almost perfect, but their demos are there and they connect, and it's so tough to avoid.
It is very tough to avoid. I know what it's like to play against a team like this, so that having that one player who's just going out, you're looking around and then you see a player behind you and then it's just, next thing you know, you're dead. But can be very infuriating, and I have a feeling that maybe what's going on with this XLR8 is that these demos are just getting to their mental, and they're not able to really do much as a team. We haven't been seeing too much team touches coming out from them, or many touches that have been not great at all because they're just most of the time not in the field because of Dub just getting all these bumps and demos, or you know, Nobu specials are just getting all of these perfect touches, playing with each other so well. And as we're going into the final 10 seconds, Nobu specials, a 4-1 win in game number 1, and now a 5-1 win in game number 2. Both games coming out strong. XLR8, they need to find what they need to do to change things up. And they gotta do it fast.
Yeah, you're right. They have to do it fast. They don't have that much time in between games. Only a minute to talk things out. But you better believe they're going to be using every single second they have in between these games, because those first 2 games are about as bad of a start to a series as you can ask for. 4-1, 5-1, and it really wasn't even that close, to be honest, Aiko. It was not a competitive start here for these 2 teams. Nobu Specials just have them on lockdown right now. And again, that's huge. That's a very big change out for these teams as well. And again, you gotta feel for these teams. You gotta feel that they are under that pressure. They're fighting to keep themselves going in here. But one thing that these teams do have is they do have tactical timeouts. They do have a short timeout period. If Stryker XLR8 chooses, they could use that timeout now. And honestly, I'm surprised that they haven't called for it yet.
I'm surprised that they haven't either. I would be calling a timeout right now if I were them, because like you need to discuss. Like, you can't let them get to that match point, because then you have to go into reverse sweep territory. You do not want to do that, especially against this Nobu Specials team. That'll not be a fun task for you to try to do.
No, not only is this team not one you really want to create a reverse sweep against, but even worse is the fact that, this Nobu Specials team has no problem waiting as well, as we are, again, looking to get everybody back in for game number 3. Nobu Specials are at that point where we can go at that point where they could win into match point, but I think we're getting a roster change here actually as well from Stryker XLR8. So no wonder that they need a little bit of extra time in between. They're bringing in Sin instead. So again, they had Centomic, Plague Docky, and Trickster. Now they bring in Sin along with Trickster and Plague Docky, it seems. So removing Centomic, bringing in Sin. That's the kind of change that Stryker XLR8 needs to bring. Even if it maybe doesn't change the playstyle, at least it changes something. At least it's a fresh start, because whatever happened in those last 2 games, you can't think about anymore.
No, and you need to make changes like almost every series. Like whether you have like a lead or not, you need to make changes. You need to be making sure that things are fresh, as you said. Try to find something that's going to be able to work, especially in one of these scenarios. It's grand finals. You're down 2-0 in the series. And you need to start finding these changes quickly, because you don't want to go down to 3-0 again. But already starting offense quick. All of a sudden, he had a chance to get a shot, but it goes to the corner. Plague taking this up in the ceiling. A shot from Trickster. Trickster, he's gonna get goal number 1 for XLR to start game 3.
Buzz, which slipped on a banana peel right in front of that front post there. So Nobu Specials, they were in the right position, just didn't get there the right way. And Stryker XLR8 already a better start. All it feels like it's just a reset for them. That's all they need, is a reset here to try to turn things around in their favor. Even if it's just one game, even if they can do a little something different, it's better than, trying to, hit your head against the wall and do the same thing over and over again here. And Stryker XLR8 off the back wall, trying to find more, but this Nobu Special side gonna take their time. Now has a chance to score. Flying Narwhal to go. It's an open chance. Trickster's there to clear. Posca now. That shot stopped by Sin as Posca goes again. Posca still. Posca past all 3 of them. And the Nobu Specials will not go down silently.
No, and Posca. This really comes from Plague Sin. Both trying to double commit for that one shot, but then bumping each other. And their last defender not able to get to it. Posca is going to take that goal, tying this game back up with still a lot of time to play left in this game. Only a minute in, we have 2 goals already, and it still even seems like with this roster move from XLR8 that they have new energy. They have, the fresh start that I think they might be needing, because Plague sending this up to the backboard has the double touch but not able to put it on target. And I think that this could be the difference in what turns this from a possible sweep to maybe we might get another Game 7 if this continues to play out how it is.
Well, I mean, with how the stream has been going, there's already been another grand finals that went to Game 7 earlier today, so it could definitely all be possible here. But the Nobu Specials would love to see otherwise. Trickster, that's not a very good touch there. Stryker XLR8 racing back because they don't have a lot of space, but 2 demos there. Sin taking on some players of his own in Flying Normal and Posca, but the Nobu Specials off the respawn will go and return to sender. Posca going to look to take down Plague Docky there in the back corner. Now here goes Dub to the back corner. Nobu Specials have him beat to whiff. It's in front. Trickster's there to block him out, but without a lot of boost. The Nobu Specials have space to work with, but a mistouch will send them back. And for the Nobu Specials, a huge opportunity in front, not taking advantage of, and this game stays tied.
Oh, it was such a good opportunity for them to score, but they just happened to miss the touch. This one, bouncing off the corner a little awkwardly. Plague didn't even get that corner boost. This one is being sent to the midfield, but Trickster, he is going to see that touch into the corner. Plague now wanting to try to find a clear, but Posca, he doesn't want to see any of it. He wants to send this back into the midfield, trying to get another goal. They don't want this to go to anywhere close to a Game 7. They want to be able to just take this entire series to themselves. And Plague, he doesn't want to see that either. He wants to get this to go to a Game 7, or even Game 6, which is what they would be forced to do if they want to win out this series. But it all is going to come down. You know, both of these teams haven't been scoring much, but their defenses both are really starting to show here, and especially the big jump for XLR8, who have been looking a lot better since the first 2 games.
You said it's the reset, it's the change-up that they need. Now they've got to find a goal to kind of put it all together. The game is tied, the opportunities are there for them, but they haven't been able to hit their mark just yet. Posca dunks towards the midfield flying Narwhal, will not be able to reach. Now he's got a full tank of boost, and Plague Docky doesn't see it, still with the dunk, as it will go wide of the net. Posca demoed away, flipped to the back wall. Dub won't get there. Flying Narwhal won't get it either, but the Nobu Specials still collapse onto it as Plague Docky, second touch, that's off the bar. Can he get another one? He can't turn it in as it will go to the side wall. And Stryker XLR8 hitting it backwards. Now a double commit. A minute to go, and this could be an opportunity for Nobu Specials. Off the side wall. Demo in front. Dubsy hits. It's wide open. Will he get there? Missed it. The follow-up will time. And the Nobu Specials were walking in, asked the opportunity and got it, but they couldn't put it in. This game is still tied well into the final minute. Now it's Posca. Maybe a chance here. Quick shot. This one blocked by Plague. Docky flying Narwhal near post. Awkward Dub jumping in. But with 2 players in front of him, no goals will be seen just yet.
Oh my god, there's so many opportunities for both teams so far. Both of these offenses are just trying their best, but both defenses are really just working hard to get these saves to keep this game tied. Neither team wants to go down. Plague trying to get a read off the sidewall that's going to go into the corner. Sin jumped early, but Trickster trying to get a shot. Dub is going to save this one, and I do think both teams are just going to let this one hit the ground. Game number 2, right?
3.
Game 3. And we're already seeing overtime. A big jump from a big difference in the last 2 games. It's the last 2 games we didn't even see anything close to an overtime. This time with the reset from Team Stryker or XLR8, we are seeing overtime. But this one not gonna last very long. Flying Narwhal, he's gonna get a goal for Nobu Specials, and they're gonna go up in the series 3-0.
A huge finishing blow to what was an already quite impressive performance. Stryker XLR8. Nobu Specials now have 4 chances to win the Challenger Division, and I think for all that this team has done, I don't believe they've ever won the Royalty Series, so this could be a huge boost for them. A team that has been here for a very, very long time, and yet they are looking to win this series outright, but again, just waiting, just hoping that the opportunity is there for them, as the Nobu Specials right now, man, they have had an incredible performance so far. Even when things get tough, over time, they still find what they need to win with, and now we go to Game 4, where the Nobu Specials could win this whole division off of a 4-0 sweep.
They definitely could, but I also don't think it's not going to come easy to them, especially with XLR8. The way they played in that game, so many opportunities for both teams, so many saves, so many missed opportunities. I don't know. XLR8, they got to pull out here. If they want to do anything, they now have to pull off a reverse sweep. Situation you don't want to be put in, especially against Nobu Specials. Such a strong gameplay, or I think that's a proper term, something like
Yeah,
that.
they've had good gameplay. You can agree. I can agree. The Nobu Specials have very good gameplay so far, but it is Game 4. And this is where they can win the series, can win this championship. This is it. Game 4, and for Stryker XLR8, no turning back. You lose, and that is it for your night. The Nobu Specials are now only one win away, and well, for this team, I know that they're going to be excited, but the celebration hasn't started yet. They've got to get a few goals. They've got to be able to secure that positioning, that posturing early on here, because Stryker XLR8, as we've seen from last game, are not going down without a fight.
No, absolutely not, and I don't think it's going to be any different this game. They're going to continue to fight as much as they can, especially because it's grand finals, and you're playing for the number one, that championship. You're going to put up a fight no matter what happens, and I don't think it's going to come easy at all. One thing I want to maybe it might change is Dub finds all these bumps and demos, and they just can't do anything about it, because as you said before, he won the award and had the most bumps and demos, and I think it's just going to be too much. It might be too much for XLR8 to handle.
He almost certainly won the award at times. The award's also named after him. The award is literally named after him. That's how integrated. Yeah, I know. Even crazier, the award's named after Dubsy. It's as well. That's how impressive it is. And this guy's relatively short amount of time in this league, and he has found a way. But here goes Sin finding a way to give Stryker XLR8 an early lead as he flips it over, flying Narwhal, and well, for Stryker, it's a step in the right direction. They need to do a lot more, though, to keep this game going.
They gotta do so much more. They gotta get probably another couple goals maybe, and then they also need to hold on to this lead if they want to comfortably get a game off of Nobu Specials. But that is also a big task to ask for. This team is so confident, so comfortable in their gameplay. I don't think anybody would even want to go against this team. I certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do this. This Nobu's team has such good team chemistry, but it hasn't really shown up here. They've been playing a lot more defense here in Game 4. They've been sitting back a lot more, and you're seeing Stryker XLR8 pulling off a lot more low-risk offense, just sending one player upfield rather than their whole roster. And what that means is that now they can hold the midfield. They can play a little bit more in the control. And as I said, that's going to be how you beat this Nobu's Specials team. If there's one thing that they can struggle with, it is breaking out of defense. That's what this Stryker XLR8 team roster needs to be fully aware of, is that this Nobu's team is not going to break out of defense very easily. And if you can hold that midfield, if you can keep them back, if you can keep them on low boost, they're not going to get out. And after time, some of those shots that you're going to have are going to go in.
So far, it seems like they've been doing decently well against this team. They haven't allowed a goal just yet, but again, this could change in the next second or two. But this one, Posca and Dub both double committing. Gonna want to be a little more careful there. This one, Posca just hitting this one back. Flying Narwhal is gonna be there though. Isn't gonna get a touch, but Dub's gonna be able to recover for him. And it seems like Nobu Specials, they're starting to pull. Oh my goodness, hello. Starting to double commit a little more, getting a little sloppy with their gameplay, not quite in the perfect rotation that they have been doing so far. Maybe nerves getting to them just a little bit, possibly.
I mentioned, this is a team that's been around for a while, but they have never won the Royalty Series, from what I can remember. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of nerves that knowing that they're only one game away from that championship, knowing that they just need one more win. Dubsy hits, unable to get the bump on Sin, just looking for one goal here. One goal's the difference so far. Flying Narwhal, unable to shoot, and it will be collected by Plague Daki, dunked by Posca. Trickster with a lot in that tank, but it will only go as far as Flying Narwhal. And Nobu Specials still on top. Now to the back corner. Off that. Will not get the touch there as Plague Daki just going to flick this one ahead as will be Posca. Not a very good touch though, as Flying Narwhal forced to chase after the Stryker Accelerate. Again, just waiting for the ball to go to them. They know that this Nobu Specials team has to force the offense now. Sin, Pasca, able to get around one, but that touch not going to go very far, and Stryker Accelerate are content to just wait back here. Let that time tick off that clock.
They're doing it pretty well as well. Trickster now bring this one down the field. Flying Narwhal is going to meet him, bring this into the corner. Just about 30 seconds remaining. And no boost specials. If they want to win this series and this game here, they need to find something on offense, and they need to do it quickly. Dub trying to look for a bump, isn't able to get it. Trickster clearing that one away. Flying Narwhal content on playing back, doesn't have a lot of boost. This one now hit down by Pasca. This one going to go back. Dub now is going to try to get it to Narwhal, but Trickster putting this downfield. And now no boost specials. If they want to win this, need to go the length of the field. But it is going to be a little harder to do. 0-second drill. All three players from Accelerate went out for that one. And it does hit the ground. It's Accelerate now. Getting a game off specials. Do you think this maybe... I don't know. This could be momentum change, but... it could just be the one game.
I felt like last game was that momentum change for Stryker Accelerate. It definitely felt like it was going to be some sort of a change, but to win this game 1-0, they were able to keep out the no boost specials and do it in a way where they were able to play more towards that midfield. So that's exactly what I'm expecting, to see this team do. Is they need to really be able to be comfortable with the ping, not the ping. I'm muting chat, but they need to be comfortable with the ping as well. Trickster's got 80 ping. I just noticed. My goodness, chat's been talking about ping. And I just noticed Trickster's at 80 ping. I'm assuming he's on the West Coast, and yet he's leading here. That's got to be interesting. From all I've heard is that the West Coast is a wasteland for ping and bad servers. And well, you know what? Maybe Trickster's battling it through here in the grand finals. But what I was gonna say though is that they've been able to hold off the midfield here. Stryker Accelerate, even with no specials being as aggressive as they can be, they have not been able to break out so easily. This Stryker Accelerate team, they have something that works. It's holding that midfield. Now it's about maintaining that, keeping the midfield, and being able to be consistent. As we are getting a timeout call here. Nobu Specials already calling for the timeout here in between games. So even after one loss, they want a timeout. They want to reset. And I think for Nobu Specials, they can see that the writing's on the wall, that this series is not going in their favor anymore. And they are taking some time to try to change things up.
I don't blame them either. I mean, seeing those last two games, it really seems like they Accelerate. Like, they have found out what they need to do against Nobu Specials to get a few games, maybe even force a game 7, or even complete the reverse sweep in this scenario. They have the tools that they need. If they can execute it perfectly, then they would be able to pull off the reverse sweep, and it would be insane to see.
Well, as we, again, have to wait things out here, Nobu Specials, again, reminder, are only one game away, but using a timeout, this is very early. Most teams don't use it after they've lost at least 2 games, so a bit of a change up here for the Nobu Specials, but as we said again, the momentum's definitely not on in their favor, and I think that they've noticed that, but I do wonder if maybe this is a bit early to call it here for Nobu Specials, that maybe they could have waited another game, see if they could have won this one, even if the momentum wasn't exactly in their favor. But even then, there also could just be a complete playstyle change. We would have to see what they do going into game 5 here. But reminder, the Nobu Specials still have 3 chances to win this series. They still have 3 chances to be Challenger Division champions. So they don't have anything really major to worry about. This is not the warning for them. They've only lost 1 game. They still have a ton more games to win this series outright. So I'm sure they're not too concerned. But I think a lot of it just is to reset momentum and see if they can get themselves back onto the right track.
And yeah, I agree with that. I do think, going back to what you said earlier about this could be a little early, I don't know if it would necessarily be a little early, because they had Accelerate had a bounce back pretty well in game 3, and then game 4 they especially bounced back well. They have the momentum now. I don't think there's such thing as necessarily too early in this scenario, because you don't want them to get that momentum, and if they get Accelerate gets another game and then they call the timeout, then they're under a lot more pressure than what they would have been at the first if they called it this game.
So your belief is that the reason that this Nobu Special team is calling it is just because they don't want to be under that pressure. They don't want that pressure.
Yes.
Interesting. And that's an interesting observation there, here. But for Stryker XLR8, reminder, they also have time to talk amongst each other, and I'm sure that they're happy with how last game went. But with it only being 1-0, it was anything but comfortable for them. That one goal is not going to be enough to save them every single game. They're going to need to do more.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to do a lot more than just the one goal. They're gonna have to get, 2 goals, 3 goals, and still be able to sit comfortably. And somebody's not joining.
Uh-oh, we had a disconnect there. It looks like we may have had somebody. I think the coordinator has now gone from Aiko's PC now to Plague Dockey's PC. We might get a I think we're gonna get a reset here. So as well. So yeah, we are gonna get a reset here. We are having some tech issues, so we are gonna reset here for Game 5. It seems like we may have had a disconnect from Plague Dockey before everybody was able to join the lobby. So we'll get things back up and running here, Aiko Wusky. But we go back to Game 5. We get back into this thing, and now everything's reset all over again. It's a second reset here. We had our first one with the Stryker XLR8 side making that sub change. Now it's a second reset after the timeout used before Game 5. It's another position where these teams completely reset and where things can be completely different.
And that's like even like the big thing is that like anything can be different in like any of these games, but like these resets like this, and especially after the timeout, both teams are ready to just get back in to play this next game. But like now that they've had a couple minutes, they're just sitting there not really doing much. Someone's probably going to end up coming in cold. They're not going to be feeling as warm as they used to be, and they're going to need to find that come back and just be ready to play.
And you mentioned that. I think for teams, generally speaking, it takes them about 15 minutes to get cold, so I don't think they've gotten cold just yet. But I do agree, that reset's really going to hit hard for both these teams as well. So we are going to get these teams back in, get Game 5 back to going underway here as... you mentioned it. Again, it's a reset. That's what the Nobu Specials want. They know it's going to hurt them, but they're also hoping it hurts Stryker XLR8 even more. That this can be where these teams can kind of devise up new plans, can second-guess themselves, and go for new strategies. And obviously for the Nobu Specials, they're hoping that this will be enough for them to win out the series and to win out the championship.
And what a big win it would be as well. Coming in as like, what did you say? They were like the
5th seed. Yeah, they're the 5th seed. So it would be a huge surprise if they were able to win, but we have seen upsets before. Single elimination as a format allows for teams to make runs, so I wouldn't call it too surprising here, especially for a team like Nobu Specials who have been so good. But while we do wait on getting everybody back in the lobby here, but again, as you said, this is a now prolonged break. But here we go. We just gotta wait. Just gotta get things back underway here, but Game 5 coming up shortly here as Nobu Specials only one win away from taking the series and the championship with it. This is the grand finals, so everything's on the line.
Everything is on the line. Every little mistake that you make feels so. What's the word? Why do I forget the word?
Do you mean like magnitude?
Magnified? It feels like everything just like affects the field so much. It affects the players so much for every little mistake that happens, and it really does just like affect how people play, affect the mental state sometimes. But like a team like Nobu Specials, their mental is so good. It's almost like you never know what can happen, and you never know. Like your mental could like. You could have like a bad mental for like a goal, and then like it'll come back after you score a goal. Your mentals can change so much in these games.
As you said as well, the mental can really change here. Right now, my mentality though is that I want to get this game underway. We have had a very long break. I want to go to Game 5. This has been where are these? We have not gotten both teams in here, so seems like we might be having a major issue here with Stryker XLR8. We are hoping to get them back in the lobby here, but I want to get this match underway. But I know for Stryker they had a pretty major disconnect at the start of that at the end of Game 4, and obviously what we had reset out of Game 5. So hopefully that will all be sorted out shortly here. But knowing that it is a little tech issue as well, this is now going to be a very long time in between for both these sides. A reminder, It's only for Game 5. Nobu Specials could win the series, but Stryker Accelerate, they have that momentum. They just won Game 4. And if they can improve on that, the rest of the series could go with it. Oh, I think we may have lost Aiko again. Well,
What? No, I was getting confused by the chat messages.
are you looking at the in-game chat?
Maybe.
Aiko's getting distracted. Well, as I was saying already, I mean, it's been a prolonged break in between, and as we get Stryker Accelerate back in here from the tech issue, it feels like a prolonged break. It feels like both these teams have been waiting a lot. It feels like both these teams have been, doing a lot. They've had a lot to talk about. It feels like a completely new series now for Stryker Accelerates. But coming into this one, what do you think? Having seen both these teams having this prolonged break, how do you think these teams are gonna have to control kind of that antsiness, that want to get back in? Because while we may want to do it, it is something that could hurt you in the long run. You don't want to be antsy for matches like these because it could turn into jitteriness, to panic, and as you know, that's not something that these teams can really afford to do.
No, and you definitely cannot afford to panic, especially in a situation like this. Nobu Specials, they're on match point. All they have to do is just win one more game, and then Accelerate. They need to win 4 in a row, because they just won the first one. But as we're getting game number 5 underway finally, they need to not feel too panicked. They need to, Nobu Specials are good at being calm. Dub already getting another demo, and Flying Narwhal almost getting the double tap, but that one is just going to bounce off the crossbar. Already, we're seeing the offense, Nobu Specials, getting those bumps, getting those open opportunities to make offense happen. And they really just all they need to do is just continue to play how they've been playing. They know that they can do it. They just gotta continue to do it.
Well, we'll see about that as play Daki. That's a little play off the back wall. Flying Narwhal doesn't have this one, and Posca's pushed up too high. It's a mistake on the backfield from the Nobu Specials. A bit of team miscommunication. Posca never went to net. Thought Flying Narwhal had it, and he had a bit too much faith in his teammates. It's a goal for Stryker Accelerate, and in Game 5, that's huge to start things off.
It is very huge. A great start for Accelerate, going up a goal. Now they have to continue to put on that pressure if they want to continue this. Sin. Oh, one misflip from Posca. This one's a little dangerous, but it is going to be 50'd out. And Plague going up again, being aggressive as Plague. This shot on target. Sin going to get another goal. Accelerate going to now go up 2-0 in this game number 5.
True sadness about this that the Nobu Specials did cover that one. Dubsy hits actually had the block there, but Posca didn't trust his teammates. And from that range, that's a second goal for Stryker Accelerate. And man, it's getting worse here for them. And with how long of a break they had, obviously it's turning out that tackle timeout may not have been the difference maker they wanted. They've got to find goals. They've got to find them soon. And more importantly, they've got to find a way to actually get out of defense, because they have been on defense a lot more now. And as we can tell, Stryker Accelerate are starting to love their time upfield.
They definitely are. Flying Narwhal, though, he is not wanting to have that time, letting them have that time upfield. Narwhal and Dub both have been trying their hardest. So same with Posca, of course, trying their hardest to keep this team, Accelerate team, from being on the offensive side. But Accelerate, they have been thriving in this. They have been enjoying their time on offense. They've been getting 2 goals already in this game number 5. But as we said before, it is a little bit to do with that timeout. I feel like it might have not been what they were looking for. And especially with the disconnect, that could also be playing into this.
Yeah, you're right. It's a complete reset here, but this Stryker Accelerate team proved that in last game that a reset, in many ways, they will work with a reset, and they can play the offensive side. And for the Nobu Specials, still have not been able to get out of defense nearly as easily as they did earlier in this series. Again, started out 3-0 up, but Stryker is surging forward, looking for a reverse sweep in the grand finals. Now they've given a free shot, and Plague Taki's taking it in for the Nobu Specials. It's just unforced errors right now. A huge win for Dubsy Hits. He wasn't even close to that one. And for the Nobu Specials, who are usually so calm, looking very unordinary.
Yeah, it doesn't seems like that they're now starting to feel the panic. Like you said before, they've never won a royalty series before. And this could be, their first time winning Royalty Series, and that panic, the nerves from that thought could be getting to their head, but they need to just play how they always do. That shot almost going in, but not quite. Trickster sending this down the field. Dub able to get the 0 boost save. And now he's going to try to find something out middle for his teammate with Flying Narwhal. He's going to have this one down the field. And this one cleared away from Trickster. A little bit of a team bump from XLR8, but Dub turn this into anything in offense is going to be cleared away. Flying Narwhal is going to try to continue this offense. They're trying to get this momentum started and get the pressure. Oh, what a shot from Flying Narwhal. It is off, but Dub, he's going to get recovered for that one and put that one in.
That was a beautiful touch from Flying Narwhal, right off the back wall where no one can reach it. And he had played Docky right behind him too. A beautiful assist for Dubsy Hits. And for Nobu Specials, who have had very little success on offense as of late, can break that drought, can get the goal, and with 105 seconds, there is hope for them here in Game 5. There's still a chance. At the very least, they've got something that they can be happy about.
I think one thing that I'm still seeing, even after that, like, some of their touches, they just aren't going to the best places. The Flying Narwhal, that one's gonna go... What?
Perfect! And that is the encapsulation of the Nobu Specials. A weird shot, but a demo at the end of it, and a caster curse on the top as well. I mean, I will agree, they didn't really put that... They didn't really have the best touch there, but they put it in, they find the nets, and one goal away. It is now very doable for the Nobu Specials.
Oh, and it is an Accelerate, I'm sure. As you can see, just from that double miss, it could be getting to them a little bit. They're now realizing that they don't have this lead as comfortable as they want it to now. Only a 1-goal game, and Nobu Specials definitely can come back in this. There's only a minute left. They just need to score once, and they've already done it twice in the same minute. 1 minute remaining now. Flying Narwhal, he's gonna pop this up in the air. Posca, he has him there in case he needs him. And Posca popping off 3-3 now.
My goodness, what a pass, and what a just incredible teamwork. Flying Narwhal and Posca, and they will hit the net. Well, it's tied from 3 goals down now. It's a 3-3 tied, and you better believe that momentum, it was in favor of Accelerate for the majority of this game. It's not in their favor anymore. This is now all Nobu Specials.
What the 100% is. Accelerate, they're gonna have to try to find something, but not with that. Posca, he's gonna try to put in another, but Sin's able to get back and make the save. Almost a go-ahead goal for Nobu Specials. But Sin able to get back at the last second to make that save. This game is still tied with just about 20 seconds remaining.
One straight on. Posca's gonna get that block. Now Dubsy Hits. Just gonna force out Trickster. Now he doesn't have the boost either. Plague Docky jumping in. Flying Narwhal won't have it. Sin 1-on-2. He can go to net. It's left in front. That's gonna be pinched out high. And Nobu Specials will want this away. Popped up. Posca. This one kept above the nets, and the Nobu Specials will let this hit the ground. It's overtime in Game 5. And if the Nobu Specials can score, they can take the championship. But you know who doesn't want that. Stryker Accelerate. Want the story to continue. Want to write another chapter in this grand finals. To do so, they'll need to be the ones that crack that tie first. Flying Narwhal, though, beat away by Trickster. Dubsy Hits. Gets that one to the sidewall. And the Nobu Specials continue onward.
Oh my goodness, and there's so much going on. So many opportunities. Plague almost just flipping back flipping instead of jumping up for that one. Dubsy, he's gonna pop this up to the midfield. Flying Narwhal, he's gonna have a touch. A demo. This is a dangerous opportunity, but Plague able to clear that one away. Dubsy, is he able to put that on target? No. And Stryker Accelerate, they get away with that one, but here comes Flying Narwhal back trying to charge this offense again. But Plague now trying to put this down to the other side of the field. Posca not wanting to see any of it. Flying Narwhal already up there. 2v2 scenario. This could end badly, but Flying Narwhal is just going to put this into the corner, keeping the possession. Now Dubsy trying to find a pass midfield, but no. Flying Narwhal now. Oh, that's a little dangerous, but Dubsy able to get back to it. This one now going to the other side of the field. Dubsy gonna bump. That one's just gonna bump in. What? Dubsy getting the bump to secure the goal in Game 5 overtime.
And it's exactly the way they wanted it to end. Off a bump from Dub C Hits. The Nobu Specials. They've been in this league since the very beginning. But that's the one thing they haven't done. Now they have done it. Champions of the Challenger 3v3 division, sponsored by New Age Gaming. Nobu Specials won the first 3 games and thought maybe things had gotten away from them there, but they've took the win in overtime in Game 5. And Aiko Wusky, that's a huge moment, and an even bigger moment for a player like Dubsy, who's so new, compared to the rest of this roster, to take the goal, to win for this team, and to really be the reason that this Nobu Special side has this kind of resurgence.
I don't even have any words. I don't have any words for that. That was going for that bump, knowing that the ball was going to be bouncing in, was just a heads-up play. What a way for Nobu Specials to win that Game 5 overtime, to win the 3v3 Challenger League Championship that is sponsored by New Age Gaming.
Yeah, as you said as well. What a day so far. So many teams competing in, but we've got our champions here at last. It's the Nobu Specials who will win the 3v3 division. But reminder, there is more action ahead as well. Tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, will be the All-Star 2v2 championships, and 2 hours later at 8 will be the start of the All-Star 3v3 championships. And it's the same time as Sunday. 6 p.m. is the Premier 2v2 championships, and at 8 it is the 3v3 championships for North America. I gotta shout out again all of our amazing sponsors this season, specifically again New Age Gaming, who have sponsored the Challenger division. But Aiko, what a night as well. I mean, we gotta give one more shout as well to our lovely producer as well in Outlaw. I know he's probably crying because his team didn't win tonight, but we gotta thank him anyways for helping produce this as well. So thank you as well to Outlaw, and of course to the Royalty Series, and to all of you who were competing, watching, enjoying all that we had here tonight. It was amazing. It was a blast to be here and to host for all of you. But Aiko, before we end the stream, before we go and let everybody, enjoy, relax for the night, and join back tomorrow, you have anything that you want to say? Anything that people should hear before we end the night?
Oh, I really got nothing.
All right, well, if Aiko's at a loss for us, I guess then. That's all I'm going to say then.
Yes.
But from me, I'm not. Thank you all so much for joining. It was amazing having you all here on the Royal Series. I'm Sporty FC. Joining me was Aiko Wusky. You can see both of us. You'll see more of us in the future, I'm sure, at the Royal Series. But for now, take care. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining the Royalty Series. And again, we'll see you all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, for the All-Star 2v2 Championships.